Hello, family! Alright, so I just made a video about maintaining individuality in relationship, and I'm redoing it right now. So let's see who tunes in. I'm going to go ahead and upload this to my YouTube channel when we are done. So a lot of us get into relationship and we have this fear of losing our individuality, right? Like losing who we are, losing our connection to ourselves, not wanting to compromise our space. I definitely have experience with that, and so I've been learning a lot about this specifically, and I wanted to share with you guys what I've been experiencing so far in my thought process with this and in my journaling with this. So, maintaining individuality in relationship. Whether you are just starting off a new relationship, or maybe you're single right now but you're pursuing relationship, you're looking for that special someone, or maybe you've been in a relationship for a long time. Wherever you're at with your relationship, this is helpful advice. So I want to know, what do you guys do to maintain your individuality? Something that I'm realizing is that we really need a physical space that is our own. A very physical space, whether it's a room or an altar, whatever it is. This is going to be representative of your energetic space. This is a space that is just for you, where your partner should not enter. Okay, when we get into relationships, or we've been in a relationship for a long time, we get entangled in each other's stuff. And when you do this, especially in the beginning of a relationship, it sets you up for failure. It sets you up for failure. We immediately rush into these relationships and we get so caught up in each other's stuff that we forget about the most basic qualities that we're needing to embody. We forget about even our virtues. We take things personally right away because we get too close too fast. We make assumptions about the other person because we're not taking the space to even consider that we should be asking, because that's the right thing to do. We just make assumptions. We jump right in. We're maybe not doing the best that we can. We're not making sure we're always doing our best because we're just maybe so caught up in the emotions, or maybe even fears or hopes, anxiety, whatever it is. We get so caught up in the emotions of the situation that we forget that we are performing a ritual, essentially. Because especially in the beginning of a relationship, when you're setting the foundation, every little thing you do should be done with so much awareness and understanding that you're setting a blueprint for the rest of your relationship. So it's fun. Yeah, it could be a little uncomfortable sometimes. It can be frustrating because maybe we don't know what our boundaries are and we're just learning as we go along. And that takes a lot of vulnerability and openness with your partner. But again, why would you want to rush past all that, rush through all that, when you're going to eventually have to come right back to this and heal that? You can't keep going on in life not knowing what your boundaries are, not knowing what it means to you to be respected and loved and appreciated. It's a learning experience, and until you get clear with those things, your relationships are going to continue to be opportunities to learn what those things are for yourself. So have fun with it. And speak your truth, because again, if you skip any of these steps, you're just going to be facing them all over again with a new person in a new place. So have fun with it. If you're in a relationship, or you're entering one, or you're looking for a partner, know that each step is a ritual, and each step is trying to show us something about ourselves and give us an opportunity to demonstrate those new things that we're learning about ourselves. So having a physical space that is your own provides many opportunities for graceful growth, okay? What that does is it allows for you to expand your aura in a way that you feel free, you feel comfortable, you have enough space to think about things before you rush ahead. So when your partner steps up to your space and they tell you, I'm going to respect this space, I'm going to ask you, rather than make assumptions, about what is okay to do or not do in your space. I'm not going to make assumptions because that's your space. Okay? So it helps you to keep these contracts, these agreements that are meant to be kept on the journey, no matter who you're facing or what you're facing. Okay, so don't make assumptions, don't take things personally. Having your own space, and when your partner observes you in that space, or you observe your partner in that space, you get an idea of what their flow is like, how they interact with their environment, what kind of structure or order they like their space to be in. And as you watch your partner interacting with their personal environment, you get to see things, the way that they treat their setting that has nothing to do with you. So it provides a lot of insight to move forward. Like, okay, I see that this person likes these things a certain way, so I know when he or she is doing that in the outside world or in our shared spaces, it's nothing personal. This is just how they like it. Okay, so observing your partner in their own space is awesome. Why would you not want to give your partner their space? When you give your partner their space, it helps you to learn a lot about them in ways that you would never know if they didn't have the space. So provide the space for your partner, helping to even bring this to their awareness, because a lot of people don't know that they should have their own space. A lot of people say, well, we don't need that. We can just share everything. Well, I invite you to create a space for your partner. That is awesome. When you give your energy and your time to creating that space, it shows your partner that you really care about them in a deep way. It shows that you value their solitude and you want them to take that space and time for themselves. It's you recognizing that solitude is a very important part of the path. It's showing your partner, I'm giving you this space because I love you and I want you to have this. Okay, it relieves a lot of pressure. And also, let's see, so we have the don't take things personally, don't make assumptions, always do your best. When we're in each other's space and we don't have our own space, we tend to get a little lazy with things. We get comfortable in the relationship, and maybe we aren't always doing our best. So again, having that separate space allows for a more graceful opportunity to consistently embody that virtue, to always do our best. And being impeccable with your word. Again, getting lazy, getting comfortable with each other, not having your own space. We get lazy with our word. We start to just not care as much, not put in that dedication. But when we have that space separately, we maintain our individuality, it gives you more motivation because you have that space to really reflect and get in alignment. Make sure your thoughts are in alignment with your actions. So having a sacred space, hopefully I explained enough to make it clear that having your own space, physical space in relationship, is a key to maintaining your individuality within the relationship. Okay, just jumping into each other's space and sharing that space, we begin to take things for granted. We begin to get lazy. We tend to not respect each other's energetic space as much. So it's possible to not have your own space and still have a healthy relationship. Of course, there are some people out there who are masters of that. But what I'm saying is it's not the best. It's not in the best alignment for our highest growth. If you want to create an environment that provides the most opportunities and potential for growth, that would look like having your own spaces, because that space, like I said, serves as a continuous ritual for you to learn more about yourself, learn more about your boundaries, express your boundaries, respect each other's boundaries in space. It's such a good learning tool. It's a learning tool to have your own space, and it's a learning tool to see your partner in their own space. These physical spaces will provide opportunities to grow that you would not have otherwise. So I'd love to hear about the different ways that you all maintain your individuality in relationship. Did you find this advice helpful? Have you maybe been doing this already? I'd love to hear the results of the situation. But yeah, this is a very important thing to know, you guys, as we move into more conscious relationships. And hopefully this helps those of you who are just starting out new relationships, or those of you who are on the lookout for a lover to share your life with. Don't forget to maintain your own sacred space. Don't forget, It will show you a lot about yourself continuously. It will show you a lot about who your partner is continuously. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have the full moon eclipse coming up on Friday, so I'm really excited about that. I did do a little preview live reading yesterday. It is up on my YouTube channel if you just search Rebecca Magic, and that is magic with a CK at the end, of course. So check that out and stay tuned for Friday for the live reading. It's going to be awesome. We've been going through some pretty cool things, you guys. All of us. Some pretty big shifting. So just know you're not alone. We're all in this together, and it should be fun. It should be fun. And if it's not, please reach out. I'd love to do an activation session for you. You can see more about that in my videos on YouTube. There's a video that explains about who I am and what I offer as far as the activations and readings. Love to connect. And I'll see you guys Friday, unless I decide to do a spontaneous reading or video. And the only way that you'll know if I'm doing that is if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because when you subscribe, you get notifications whenever there's an update. Aha! So I'll see you guys Friday, if not sooner. Many blessings to you. It's going to be an awesome week. See you soon.